Are you ready?
Yeah, everybody ready?
Is everyone ready to go? All right, talking's going to stop now, right?
Yep. All right. Good morning, everyone. If you use Facebook or any other social media network, I would like you to raise your hands. We're going to get a little interactive today. Everyone use it? You don't use it? You don't? Oh, you use it? Okay, everyone uses one. Okay. So, according to Google Trends Search Insights, as of right now, the most popular searches from 2004 until right now in North America are, as you can see, Facebook, lyrics, because everyone loves lyrics, which is a start of YouTube, Yahoo, YouTube, My, probably is in MySpace, Google, Games, Weather, MySpace, same over here. You can see the breakout hits, Facebook, MySpace, Wiki, YouTube, Craigslist, Gmail, Google, Hotmail, Yahoo. So, as you can see, in the United States, social media networks are widely popular. They pretty much blow all other search words out of the water. Everyone uses social media networking in one form or the other. Recently, more people started switching to Facebook, so MySpace had to cut a lot of employees, but people still use MySpace. The reason why we're presenting this idea to you today is because we want you to know that social media networks can actually be a double-edged sword. Because they're so popular, more people have started using them for a lot of various things. So my friend Martin today, I'm going to put a laser pointer on him, he's going to talk to you about cyberbullying. Drew is going to talk to you about how employers use social media networks. Brandon is actually going to talk to you about points on Facebook advertising and marketing. Melody is going to talk to you about how social media networks are used to organize social activities. And Levi is going to tell you more about how people from different generations use Facebook to keep in touch. So, social media networks have risks and benefits that you should be aware of, and you should weigh these to see if it's appropriate for you. We talked about a couple of the cons and the good things. So, to lead into cyberbullying, I'm going to have my friend Martin come on down.
As a research done by Pew Research, 96% of American teens have reported that mostly people are kind on Facebook, but 88% of these say they have witnessed it, so that's a big difference. But cyberbullying, what is it? It's when you bully online in any act, like over like Facebook, email, and stuff. And if you don't know what bullying is, it's aggression or intimidation to someone, like threatening them. And there are many different types. For cyberbullying, you can do it through phones, any internet site, and stuff like that. The different types are threat of violence, when you say you're gonna hurt someone if they're because of what they are or who they are. And then hate speech, which is a speech that attacks a person or group because of race, sex, religion, or orientation. And then there's harassment, which is to pester someone repeatedly, like you keep just doing it over and over and over again. And then peer pressure, which is social pressuring to make someone do something like drinking, smoking. And then bribery, which is like it's not just with money, but you can if you don't do this, I'm gonna hurt you. And psychological abuse, which is just calling them names, making fun of them, constantly doing it. And then there's different laws for it, but only 35 states have anti-bullying laws, and only 15 of those have cyberbullying laws. So it's not really enforced. If you do it, you can't really get in trouble for it, which is not good. And North Dakota does not have any cyberbullying laws. And then nationally, Obama has been trying to get more stuff out there so more people are aware of it, and they don't do it as much. And one thing that was passed was the Megan Meyer Cyberbullying Prevention Act, which was proposed in 2009 because Megan Meyer was a 13-year-old girl who committed suicide because she was bullied online repeatedly. And there was an investigation, and they found out, and so in 2009 they proposed a prevention thing. And lately Obama has had bullying conferences to get people aware and talk to teachers, parents, students, and get what different things happen. And that's cyberbullying for you, and I'm gonna let Drew talk about how employers use Facebook.
Thank you, Martin. Now, recently, Monster did a study that shows that 3 in 4 employers say their companies have formal policies that require them to research candidates online. 70% of them say that they rejected candidates based on information they found online. Throughout this section of the speech, I'm going to inform you of what social networking for background checking is, what are employers using to research candidates online, and is it legal? Now you're probably asking the question, what is social networking for background checking? This would say you fill out an application, turn it into a certain company, and they decide to look you up online to figure out who you really are. So they would go on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, etc. Now what are these employers using to research the candidates online? Recently Monster held an event at UND. It was called the Monster Advantage. I actually was one of the people that attended this event, and this is one of the surveys I listened to, and this is also what employers are using to research their candidates. 78% of them use search engines, 63% use social networking, 59% use photo and video sharing, 57% use professional and business networking sites, and 48% use personal websites. To me, that sounds like some pretty big numbers. Now you may ask yourself, is this legal? And according to George Leonard, who has 20 years experience in employment law, has commented, like it or not, as a general proposition, employers are free to make unfair, stupid, arbitrary, and wrong-headed hiring and termination decisions, even based on false information, as long as in doing so they don't violate some specific laws. Now, the laws George was talking about were the discrimination law, the invasion of privacy laws, and the terms of service violation. As long as they don't violate those laws, they have the perfect right to go on social networking to look for their hiring workers. Now, this hit home for me because I actually worked at Aldi Foods a year before I came to college, and I heard about companies doing this, and I thought it was just a rumor going around until I actually asked my district manager, the guy that hired me, and this is exactly what he said. Oh yeah, of course we do. We check on this before we even call you for an interview. So, in conclusion, be careful what you put on Facebook or the internet, or what photos you're taking on a Friday or Saturday night. You could lose your job or possibly not get the job because of it. Now, I'm going to hand this off to Brandon, who's going to inform you on advertising and marketing.
Alright, so now we're going to talk about the pros of using social networks, and I'll start with advertising and marketing. 50% of all adults use some form of social networking, according to Pew Research. I'll talk about my personal experience, the purpose, reasons, and usage, and why it's used effectively. Also, 2/3 of all small businesses in the United States, as according to ZDNet, use some form of social networking to connect to their potential customers. Social networking is here to stay, and that's why businesses are widely adopting it. Social networking is an easy, cost-effective, and very useful tool for businesses and organizations wanting to market and advertise to large targeted audiences. We can show this through the purpose, usage, and reasons. Social media is not necessarily just about selling your product anymore. It's about customer service and relating to your customer. Setting your goals and working towards your goals. Understanding your social network, the social network, and how your customers are actually using it. And now talking about the usage of social networking for advertising. Generally what businesses do is they'll create a page and with the intent that people will like their page, and then you will be able to push content out to potential customers by having a direct connection You're able to answer questions that any customers would have, and you're also able to review their feedback. You can send mass messages to people to communicate about new products and services that are available, and provide exclusive incentives, saving money to your customers and growing your business. You can also give them a chance to try new products and services, and this will create a custom targeted advertising. The reasons, as according to New York Times, are the cost savings are a really big deal. The New York Times cited one business person was able to spend about $300 on Facebook advertising and in return received over $60,000 in profit. They're able to target and make specific demographics easy to attain. They can set up their marketing just so that they market a certain age group or a certain gender of a person or sexual orientation or what have you to market their products and services to. Facebook provides full interaction to your customers and you get to know your base. Then there's also the social aspect where customers can share their experiences on products and services and rate their customer service. So now that you've been informed through the purpose, usage, and reasons of why social networking is cost-effective and a good-to-use tool for businesses, Melody will speak about the social organizing aspect of Facebook.
Hello. So I'm sure everyone has been invited to an event or a group when you're on Facebook. Basically, events, it can be for anything. You could create your own for your birthday party, something like that. Or a lot of times they'll use it for like if you get a new phone and you need numbers, because we all love those so much. Otherwise, you can use it for groups. Like for example, our group, we used everything. We literally had a 20-minute session where we actually were in person, but besides that, we did our entire project over Facebook. That's how we set everything up. That's how we organized it all. So you can use it for things like that. Otherwise, a lot of people use it for like causes for cures, like cancer. They'll do, wear a pink shirt on this day, or support our troops for Red T-shirt Fridays, things like that. And then it can be used with your groups of friends all the way to entire countries, such as the Egyptian Revolution that just happened recently. It all started with a We Are All Khalid Said page, which was a person who was killed by Egyptian police last year. And it was basically a protest group that came, and then once they started to prepare to substantiate the rigged elections in November, the page disappeared, and it was a big commotion because they wanted to know who the administrator of the page was, the Egyptian government, so that they could arrest them. But it was actually a fake person, and it created this big dispute, so the page had to be removed. So now that I told you about social organization, we'll go to Luca.
According to the Toronto Observer in 2010, in 1978, Nick Moulin was forced to give his daughter up for adoption. In 2010, using social networking sites through Facebook, sending mass messages, his daughter, Kieran Queen, found it, and they're now family and talking regularly. Social networking sites are extremely useful in making plans, catching up, or reuniting with friends and family. People use social networking sites like Facebook or MySpace to make plans for dinner with family, friends, getting together, meeting each other, having a party, whatever, watching a movie. For holiday or events, they'll send messages to all their friends and family to spend Christmas together or Thanksgiving. For catching up, the sites have many services such as chatting or messages that you can send. Facebook has Facebook chat, wall posts, you can poke each other. Social networking sites are also very good with reuniting. According to Fox News in 2011, in 1980, Angela Rodriguez's baby was stolen by her then boyfriend. They couldn't find either one of them for 30 years, But then in 2011, Christina Marie, her daughter, found her mother through sending mass Facebook messages. These examples have shown that social networking services are very effective in making plans, catching up, and reuniting with friends and family. Now Sean will wrap everything up for you.
All right. So, given by the show of hands, you all most likely use some form of social networking. To recap everything, Martin talked to you about cyberbullying. Drew talked to you about how employers use social networking sites to their advantage when determining candidates. Brandon's talked to you about advertising and marketing uses on Facebook. Melody talked to you about social organizations and the benefits of their use from social networking sites. And Levi's taught you how people can keep in touch now, even through the generations. However, despite the wide popularity of social networking sites, you probably still should ask the question, is it worth having to me? Do the benefits outweigh the risks? Is my job being compromised worth keeping in touch and messing around on the internet? This speech was actually made mostly through the social networking sharing options such as the Facebook groups. And we did touch upon how the #1 search word from 2004 to 2011 was Facebook and still is Facebook. And I would like everyone to give a round of applause for my great group.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Nice work, guys. Jeff. Let's go. Dang.